Hey guys, Crypto Sunday, and similarly to the stock side, I've had a fairly green week on the crypto. So I'm just under 19,000 up on last week. Pretty surprising. It's largely sort of come from Bitcoin, but there has been some other sort of fair movers, which I will come back to shortly. Not a lot of news, sort of big news items as such, but it's worth sort of looking, I think, at the exchange balance on the sort of various exchanges. So this is Crypto Quant, sort of aggregates all of the exchanges together and tracks their balance, a bit like Glassnode, but Glassnode isn't free. So this sort of shows you the all exchange balance for free. I don't think it's quite, it's sort of got the last month figures in. It's a little bit lagging. Again, don't know whether that sort of info's behind a paywall, but yeah, it sort of shows a decent trend. So the black line is the Bitcoin price and the blue line is the exchange balance. And you can see sort of in the sell-off sort of middle of last year, you had a fair amount sort of coming into exchanges and being sold off, and in sort of this drop down, you haven't really had that. So whether it's sort of getting sold off on derivatives, sort of it's not Bitcoin going to derivatives exchanges, but whether this is sort of options trading and sort of getting more into the stock market and that sort of thing, just more sort of not people buying real Bitcoin. This sort of, I would think, is reasonably bullish. I guess this doesn't count for some of the ETFs that have started up, so that may be sort of removing it from exchanges and going on to ETFs. So there is that, but yeah, I'd probably take it as overall fairly bullish. It's not just Bitcoin as well, it's Ethereum down to sort of lowest balance in 3 years. Quite a steeper curve, really. That's sort of 3 or 4 years worth. But if you sort of look at certainly the last year, yeah, you're looking at sort of quite the steep sell-off, as I say, with sort of price going up. The balance went up a little bit in the sell-off sort of middle of last year, but not too much, and then has just continued to go down and down. I think that a lot of this is people staking for when ETH 2 comes out. So that's sort of potentially 3 months away now. So yeah, maybe there'll be a load more come onto the market then. But yeah, I thought that was just interesting to see, really. Could be a sort of bit of a shortage of supply if we do get another sort of fairly bullish run. So looking at the coins for the week, sort of broadly up. The sort of Bitcoin up 6%, but the altcoins doing a little better. Just sort of looking at the weekly for Bitcoin, it's been fairly steady, so can't complain at that considering what's going on. And yeah, most of the altcoins sort of Ethereum 12%, Cardano 12%, Solana's done a little bit better, a little bit worse, sorry, but still 10% up. And I put another £500 into Solana, more NFTs. RMG network 20%, not too bad. XRP's flat. Power Ledger 5%, Basic Attention Token 15%, that's done a little bit better. Not a huge amount of news on any of these really from what I've seen, they're just sort of largely following the market. Internet Computer 6%. Audius, interesting one. I very nearly sort of put some more money into Audius sort of from one of my other lower cap tokens, but yeah, I didn't bother, but it's up 44% for the week. Did have an even bigger spike, sort of nearly reaching sort of 95p or so. Again, haven't really seen any particular news to come out of this, whether the news will sort of come after the event and it's sort of more insiders that seem to know something we don't. Who knows? But it's a sector I'm bullish on, certainly sort of the almost the music NFT space and sort of music streaming. The sort of, I mentioned before in my Audius video, the sort of streaming music industry seems a bit awful for the artists. They don't seem to get the money they should. So yeah, fairly bullish on platforms like Audius. Chronos or Crow token 6%, Litecoin 7%. Still sort of thinking about Litecoin, whether to get rid of it, but it's sort of moving with the market, really slightly underperforming the market. So yeah, I was kind of hoping for it to have a bit more of a bullish move and I could move into something else. Cocos similarly, really up 2%. Haven't really seen any updates from the team for quite a while. Was sort of bullish on as a gaming token, but yeah, not a lot seems to be happening. Boba Network done a bit better, 19%, similar to OMG Network. Kind of watching this again, whether to sell off. And similarly with QuantStamp, sort of had a little bit of a rise up recently, but sort of nothing too much in the last week. Anchor 5% and Band 8%, but sort of still way down. So yeah, largely the sort of larger caps that are doing well as Audius. So not a bad week. We'll see where we go, sort of what the news brings. Expecting sort of in the next quarter, really, with the Ethereum sort of, if it does go to proof of stake, then a lot of the sort of layer 2s, your sort of OMG networks and all that sort of thing, Polygon, hopefully should do well to be sort of pushing on scaling it, because it's still sort of an annoying network to use from what I gather, sort of £50 or £30 gas fees for everything. So yeah, that would be fairly bullish. So yeah, leave your thoughts in comments below and like and subscribe. See you soon.